Hello, this is Marcus Thornton of Medidata. I'm with Jessica Dolfi.
Hello.
We're at the Scope Summit in Miami, which is a very interesting event. It's focused on the clinical operations executives. So I guess a couple of the really interesting tracks for us were around study site activation. There's some really interesting content in that. There was coverage of integration between clinical operations and clinical operation data. A lot of really interesting topics from both sponsors and vendors. And certainly one track that Jess and I share equal enthusiasm for, which is aggregate spend and transparency reporting. So we'd like to just tell you about a couple of the sessions that we attended and some of the things we certainly picked up. Certainly from the site selection perspective, there was a distinct divide between site selection and the startup. So site selection being, how do I choose the right sites based on various different pieces of data from patient data, and that was very interesting to hear, both for phase 2, 3 and 4 type studies as well as observational studies. And obviously in the observational studies, the challenges were even more amplified because of cost, time, budget and so on. It was also really interesting to hear about how organisations have addressed the site startup process and what technologies they're looking at to improve that process. There was a number of sessions on ways in which to improve monitoring and risk-based monitoring. Probably one of my takeaways though was how risk-based monitoring is still this sort of overarching umbrella, which in talking to a number of people, they don't really feel that RBM is truly the umbrella, but certainly it's a term that the industry's coined as better ways of doing monitoring, targeted, improved monitoring. So on the Sunshine Act, I thought we had some really great content, and maybe Jessica could talk about that.
Yeah, so what we're seeing right now from the organizations that are here is everyone is in full swing Sunshine Act action mode right now. The reporting requirement is coming up in just about 6 or 7 weeks now. And what we heard overwhelmingly is that all the organizations here are putting all their resources right now into getting data aggregated in a meaningful way so that they can actually report it to CMS. Sponsor organizations are doing this. Also CROs, there's a lot of outsourcing of this kind of task. And the CROs are also really kind of dealing with the interpretation of the law and what exactly needs to be reported and how. So it's new, it's the first time this is happening for all these companies, and it is really challenging, but they're doing the best they can to hit the deadlines, which the first reporting deadline is March 31st, so really just a couple weeks from now.